Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, where you're watching from. My name is Sande. Welcome to this amazing YouTube channel. It's underscore Sande. Coming live from a place called Tetu in Nyeri, in Kenya, in East Africa, in Africa, guys. So if it's the first time here, please consider subscribing to the channel. For the frequent viewers, thank you so much for coming back to watch this amazing YouTube channel. So I want to explore this village here, this part of the village, which I have not done so far, and see how it's looking like and how it's the vibe in this village, guys. So guys, if it's the first time here, please don't forget to hit the like button. We're starting here at this particular environment here. It's evening, the sun is out today. It's on a lovely weekend. So this video was shot on a Saturday, so depending on the day that you will see it, just know that it was shot on a Saturday. And we are in this lovely space here. Look at the area here, so lovely. Big tree here, you know. The landscape is just something else, guys. The landscape is something else. So those guys from diaspora, I want you to tell me if this village resembles the village in your country. Let's say, for instance, those guys from USA, Jamaica, Canada, Australia, Netherlands. I want you to tell us in the comment section, does this village look like your village? Is there any resemblance between this village that I am at the moment with the village that you come from, like let's say in your country? That's what we'll be trying to look at on this live stream today, because I'm just exploring this hidden gem. And by the end of this video, I'll show you the Nyeri Hills by the end of the video. I love the landscape so much. Then I can hear so many birds, yet it's like in the evening hours, but I can hear so many bird calls, you know. So I don't know exactly where I'm heading to. I know I'm in Tetu, but I don't know exactly which village the name of this particular area is. So I'm trying to just explore and see the beautiful part of the world here. So sometimes it's good to get out of your normal neighborhood and try to see how other areas are looking like and how other areas are operating, you know. Because I believe that if you don't explore the areas, you don't know how the world is growing, you know. For instance, you can see here these guys still have like maize, but in my village people are planting now. So traveling in the villages, to me, I find it very special, because you're able to know how people live, how they interact, their lifestyles, their way of living generally. Because you can see here now, I can tell you in my village where I come from, you cannot walk like in a road for like 10 minutes without meeting someone. But here it's very easy. Here it's very, very easy. Here you just walk like there's no one on the road here. And you're like, why? So the question is why? So, but it's a very beautiful environment. So that here people are still the maize are still very young in the farms. But where I come from, the maize people are planting now. So when you travel from village to village, let's say in your same country, you're able to learn about the different seasons, you know. Because sometimes you might think that your village is the only your season, or like say your weather or your season in your village is the only one that is all over Kenya. But now I find that each country has its own weather. Each region in the country has its own different weather, I can say forecast or alteration. So here's some many birds here. So here where we are at the moment, if you observe very carefully, find that most of the houses are made of timber, because this side is believed to be somehow very cold, especially during the cold season. It's very, very cold. So the timber will prevent to have like cold in the season in the house. There's those scarecrows there. Look like people in the farm. Those are scarecrows. So you mostly use them when say you are planted some maize, and because this area is a sort of bushes and streams, you might be having the squirrels around. So to prevent the squirrels from coming and invading your land, put like a scarecrow like the one that I can see down there to scare them away. So the squirrels, we think that that's a man, but sometimes they get used to it and evade it because they're like, this man is never moving. Sometimes they get even more smarter than you. So what you need to do when you are putting the scarecrows, you need to be changing the location frequently. If you put it here today, tomorrow you change to another area. Because now when they get used to it being in one area, it will become like it's a lie to them. Look at the other end, you can see the beautiful, it's like there's a stream down there. A stream there, I can see some water. So I want to go to that corner, then I come back. Then I will use another route on the way. So I can't tell which exactly the village is, but if you observe very carefully, find that this place is a place of hills and valleys. But we are in Tetu. We are in Tetu North. Then I've observed that this area, they are like in terms of cash crops, we have coffee, then we have tea, then coffee, tea, those are the main. Then we have this, what you call the avocados, these hybrids of avocados. So there's one called Fiti and the Hash. Also they are doing so well here, they are being planted in plenty. So those are the main cash crops here. Then we have what you call, they do serious dairy farming in terms of milk production for these, we call them the grade animals, you know. They rely more on those. So they do like zero grazing, whereby you get can say these grade animals which are not like in Swahili we say kienyeji. They are using they're not using kienyeji. They're not using local breeds. They're using international breeds like Fresian. So they are using that as a way of making more milk, because keeping in mind this area, they don't have like a big land where they can have like hundreds of cows grazing. So they do what you call zero grazing. So zero grazing is whereby you come up with a shed. You make a shed, you confine the animals in that shed, and that's where they can get their food. You give them food, supply food to them, water in their shed, the confined areas. That's what we call zero grazing. Look at that lovely path here. Very cool. Very, very cool. I thought I could get close to the river here, but I think it's tough. It's not like down. There's a forest here, so many birds. Nice flowers here. Nice flowers. There's some birds here. I wish I could be able to get into this forest, but not someone's forest, so I can't get in. I've shown you the forest very well. It's a big forest, guys. So the guys from diaspora tell us if the village looks like this, you know. So I'll try to show you some maize, to show you some cotton and coffee. I don't know why nowadays I usually confuse between coffee and cotton. Sometimes I find myself talking about cotton instead of coffee. And yet there are two different products, like crops. They are not like even close to each other, you know. They are totally different. So I don't know why sometimes I confuse myself between the two. These are cypress trees. They're exotic. They came from Australia. Cypress and the eucalyptus is exotic also. And here people are planting them for commercial purposes. So you can see that it's like here they have been harvesting some eucalyptus here. So what they do, they plant them when they reach like a height of this one here. Let me show you. So when they get to this height, they harvest it like for poles. Because they cannot make like timber. They harvest them for pole. Okay, if it's bigger, like this one here, can have some few timbers because it's much bigger. Same case to this, the big ones here, you know. But now, the best exotic tree to plant here in Kenya and Africa is that one called the gravelia. Those ones there. Those ones are so nice because they don't like affect the environment that much. So for the eucalyptus, what they do, they take in a lot of water and nutrients. So even if you plant them, find yourself that you're drying the streams and the rivers. This is how people burn the dirt in the farm. You can see there's some smoke down here. So they're kind of burning some trash before you plant you grow some crops in the farm. They use fire. For me, I don't feel like okay, I don't advocate for use of fire to control like weeds because the moment you have burnt now let's say for instance when they burnt down these leaves here, they kill some organic organisms in the soil, and most of these organisms, maybe they are biodecomposers. They help to decompose the soil, to degrade the soil. So when you do that, you also affect the soil pH. See the smoke all over. They're burning it down there. I wish I could have gone to show you, but all this area is fenced. You know, these are private lands. So in Kenya, most of the villages, they use this barbed wire, or they use the live fences. Like this one here is a live fence. So I don't want to choose which one do you prefer. So I saw some vlogs. There's a guy called Ayamaro who was traveling in the US, in Spain, those other countries. So you find that in those countries, they don't have like a fence, you know. It's like the house are just built, then there's no fence between the road and the house. So here in this village here in Africa, you must have a fence. One, if you can observe this village so well. I've never like every home has a gate, and the reason why they're doing that is because one, for security purposes. Another one, they don't want like any cow that might be roaming around the road to get into your home and let's say eat your vegetables in the farm. So to prevent that, you have a closed gate, so you control like the movement of animals and people. So here, like everyone has a gate. That's what I've really learned about this area. Every home has a gate. If you compare this to my village, there are like people don't have like gates like this. This one, yes, every home has a gate, even if it's made of timber like this. You know, every home has a gate. That's their culture here. So, but now you can see, now if you compare this with the countries in the US, and that they don't have a gate. So those are the things that I just wanted to observe as you walk around here. You know, the landscape is good. It's windy. Looking like some wind blowing. That's a bamboos. Some bananas here, some maize. These maize are still very young. They are almost ready to be harvested. Maybe in the next like 1 month. No. So let me just tell you something else about my village if I compare to this one here. So in my village, I find that this is the road reserve. You can see now that's the fence, but now in my village people will have to plant like napier grass here at this size here, this space between the road and the fence. So people never leave that like they don't leave it to be like just that way. They have to maximize the use of that space. So they tend to come and plant like let's say napier grass. Most of the time they plant napier grass, or sometimes they plant some trees along the road. So that's you can see the difference here. Here they're not doing that. They're just leaving it that way, not interfering with the space they have. some few birds. It's in the evening, so there's the rovers, sparrow, some birds calling in the trees there. Another one calling here. I love the way this village is very silent, you know. So it's silent in a way that you may ask yourself, are people around this area? But if you observe very carefully, the houses are not like very close to each other. That's one home, there's another one there. Then you can see from here, that one, there's another one on the other side, up there. You can see from down the river, the first house you can see is up there. So I think they are not, like the houses are not really close to each other. You say densely populated. You have the word called densely populated and sparsely populated. So here it's not like it's not really densely around this area. It's not densely populated. It's kind of sparsely populated. I think the Nyeri Hills is not far. Can you see the bushes there? Nyeri Hills are not far. If you're able to just cross the river here, then you go up there, because that's where the boosters are. Let me show you. The boosters are there. That's the Nyeri Hills. So if you're able to cross here, I think it's not far away from here. So just need to know the way to get to that area. If I get the right direction, I might find myself there one day. Yeah. But what I love about this village is that the roads are good. These are, we call them the Maram road or the dusty roads, but they are good. So for this one here, whenever even it rains, you not find like mud, because it's a sand soil. Then it's most of it has some rocks, so when the water comes, it seeps in the soil faster, so it helps you to have like less mud on the road. Then you see they've built like a drainage at the end, that side, same case to the other side. So I'm trying to look for some coffee plantation to show you. I think for those who have been watching, but now I get new subscribers every day. So for those who have been watching my channel, I think I've shown you several times in a place called when I was in Kitusuru. I showed you some coffee plantations, which was very big and massive. And they were very ripe. They were ready for harvest. So it was on a live stream, I think, and also on a video. You know? So, but for now, for the new subscribers, let me find out if I see a coffee plant. I will show you. These are the corn or maize. This one you call them corn or maize. In your country, I know you might call them corn, but here you call it maize. So in Kenya, ugali is the staple food. Yeah? So the maize flour or flour, you get it from this corn. Then you have the coffee. Here is the coffee plantation. The coffee plant is here. You can see them. These are the coffee plants. So you finally get it. You got it. That's still not very ripe. That's the coffee plant. So you know this place, most of people in Nyeri, most of them they do like coffee plantation. Then there's a place that I'll take you very soon in Abadeas. They do plenty of tea. Then you have so many tea collection there. A place called Kiugoini, up to Abadeas, that side. They have so huge tea plantations. So I'll be taking you there very soon, guys. So stick to the channel, enjoy the videos as we explore this village for the next few days. Just showing you different areas and the different areas and the livelihood of these people here. So today's on a weekend, so if you come here like on Mondays, on weekdays in the morning, if you move around here, find that everyone is in the farm. So people tend to go to farms on weekdays early in the morning. So here in this village, like this one here, you are either a farmer, you are either a teacher, a doctor, or a businessman, you know. So those are the most jobs that people do here. So they wake up in the morning, they go to the farms. You can see like all these are farms. People farm here. So they go to the farm, they plant some crops, you grow like you have tea here. Let me show you some tea plantation. This one here, that's bushy, the green bushy, that's tea. Have bananas. So like that lady there is harvesting some kales, kumawiki, a sugar cane. So either wake up in the morning and get to the farm, or if you have a job, go to work. So it's very hard for people to just wake up in the village and just relax. Let's say that people are woken up in the village, they are just chilling somewhere. It's very hard for you to have that incident. People are always moving up and down and looking to make the ends meet. So that's how the village life is, and I think that cuts across to all other villages. So most of the villages, people tend to do like to wake up and work early in the morning. And for those who have like who rely on the cash crops, like say tea, coffee, they are one step ahead because they're able to get like a daily harvest. Let's say if you're having a tea plantation, you wake up in the morning, you harvest the tea, then you take it to the factories. So at the end of the month, you have like an income. So it's like you have employed yourself in one way or the other because you're able to get some money monthly. So that's what happens here in the villages. So have been harvested ready for transportation. So most of these are for firewood. But for that reason, let's talk about the source of fire, or what do they use to cook in this village. So let's say the guys who come from, let's say, those countries, we are trying to see if this village is compared to, let's say, a village in USA or UK. So I know in your countries you are using gas to cook. So in this village here, most of the time people use what we call firewood and charcoal. But nowadays, since things have really changed, people have embraced like the use of modern way of cooking. So they are kind of those who are using gas. But now for these elderly people, they don't really like to use the gas, because there are some foods that they feel like if they are cooked on by use of gas, they will not like be well cooked. For instance, let's say like there's a food called githeri. So githeri is a mixture of beans and maize and beans. So they believe that you cannot cook githeri by use of gas. So you find that these people still use firewood here so much. That's why you can see that even they're harvesting those trees there. You may find that they are selling it to maybe to someone who has an hotel somewhere. So that this kind of foods that they are like, they limit themselves when they are cooking them. They don't want to cook them on gas. Maybe same case to like a food like ugali, you know. So ugali, many of this elderly, they will not prefer to cook it on by use of gas, because gas is assumed to have like a constant fire, like level of fire, just like a constant burning level of fire. So it becomes very tough for them to control it. But now when you're using a firewood, it's like a slow burning, but for like a moderate manner. That means the ugali will cook very well. But now when you're having a constant burning, like the level is just at one level, so the food is like it's being cooked very fast. So that's the difference now, guys. So for those who are using the firewood, they tend to feel like they're having the best food compared to those who are using a gas. So that's the difference now, guys. The question is, can you live in this village? You feel like you can live in this village? The good thing about this village is that there's electricity, and if you go up there, there's some houses that have Wi-Fi. But the good thing here also, the network is not that bad because of we call it Nyeri Hills. There's a strong network of Airtel and Safaricom, you know. So that's the advantage that they have here. So their network is not that like a poor network. It's kind of a better network. So it's okay. It's strong. It's a strong network here. Especially Airtel is very strong. So that's the what I've observed so far. So do you feel like you can live in this village? And also remember that if you live in this village, you need to be ready to do like exercise, because you can see the whole place is like hills and valleys. So this guy, see now these are someone's gate. So he has to go up when he's going to his home. You know? But I know he tried to make it more accessible. See? You have to go up. So that's one of the challenges that I have observed here. So here, there's no like there's less flat terrain, you know. So even if there's a flat terrain, just it's just a short distance. But to the other side, you have to go up, down, you know. You have to really walk up and down. Wish I could have followed this route, but no, it tends to some few birds here. It's a panya route here. See this route going up. So you know that place is well built. Someone's home, well built. He has the wall. You know. So the good thing also here, people are building. You know, they're not like scared of building. Massive trees here. People are building and investing in this village, which is something like attractive, you know. Because without having like such kind of buildings, people will not like get attracted to the area. Them cows mowing. You say the cow mows. Woo. That shows that that tells you that the cow wants to be milked, you know, because it's around 3. The time is around 3:30. So most of these cows, you know, they are dairy cows. So at this particular moment, they have like plenty of milk. Sometimes the milk is in large quantities until it's aching. The cow can imagine. They want to be milked now. That's why they are mowing. Some many birds, weaver birds on that tree. That's a gravelia. So many weaver birds. It's a village weavers. So I've not seen a lot of a stream here. I've not seen a lot of acacia trees on this area. Don't know why. Because I can sometimes these weaver birds, they love to make nests where there's acacia trees. You know, for the acacia trees, they have some thorns. So that's so the thorns will help to prevent like let's say a predator which wants to come to the nest. So like pushing it away. So they have plenty of thorns, but these ones, this area, I've not seen a lot of acacia trees. You know, a big wetland here. But the silence here is just something else, you know. This is a bird's nest which was it fell down. It's a small nest. I think it was not complete at the moment. So I love this area because of the silence, you know. It's a very silent neighborhood. Very calm, you know. See, I've just walked for like 2 kilometers, but I've not met anyone. I just met one lady sitting down. So it's very calm, very silent. So I don't know if your village is like this, you know. Is it cool like this? Is it silent? That's not the question, guys. Oh, it's a market area up here. So many birds here. Another barrier here to prevent animals from getting through it. Going up, guys. So it's uphill. There's trees there. So when you trim them like that, you give them a chance to grow fast and expand. You know, you need to cut the top part to prevent it from growing, going up. So you control the growth of the trees. Every home has a gate. That's a takeaway today. Every home has a gate. This one here. Going uphill, guys. A little bit uphill. That's a chicken. That's something else. The chicken came from down there. So I told you guys, here you have to make sure you go up and down. So if you move here, you have to use like more energy walking. So you know, it's not like a flat. There's flat terrains, but most parts are up and down. Is now the trick here. The challenge. They are loading some corn, the maize corns on the vehicles. It's a bad. This is the first group of people that I've met like in big numbers. You know, till that time the people are like meeting one person. This is the Nyeri Hills. You can see them. I was close to it, by the way. Beautiful view, very beautiful. I used to walk down there and see. So that car there has broken down. They're trying to fix it, to pull it off the valley. So let me go uphill now. So now it's like in a valley. You have to bring another one to pull it up. No, they're trying to climb here. I don't know why. It's a very tough area to go up with a vehicle even. You know? Yeah. Going up, guys. To that other end. Oh. So guys, for information, I don't really edit my videos. I'm trying to come up with a way of having like raw and cut, you know. So I don't want to feed my audience with edited content. So that's why I rarely edit my videos, by the way. Sometimes I find that I even have shrubbed, but I just post it like that. So that's the way that I'm trying to head to, you know, because I discovered that that halo stuff. I came to discover that people love authentic content, you know. Now when you edit too much, it might, you know, edited videos might go like viral very fast, but now they not be like, they not have the serious fun, fan base, you know. Small shop here. So I came this way. I want to go straight, I see, because I came in this direction here. Oh, look at this path, very straight, you know, very straight and flat. Oh, I love that they are trimming the fence here. Looks so nice. There's a church here. Let me see which church it is. I hope they have a name. PCA Dumururi Church. So this is Dumururi. Let me take a picture of this. Dumururi Church. I think PCA is among the most like common churches in this neighborhood. Most common, you know, like for instance where I come from, in my village, there are these missionaries, you know, in Africa. Let's say before the independence, you have these people who are called the missionaries, who are coming to African countries to teach them about, let's say, the word of God, to teach them about, let's say, learning. So they used to come and go to different neighborhoods. So, like for instance, where I come from, we used to have a church called the Church of God. That's the majority in terms of churches. So the missionaries were from that particular church. So here you find that a lot of them here, they are the PCA. So different areas, different group of churches that are dominant that environment. So that's the difference now. So different areas, different groups of people and churches. Look at the lovely view here. So there's a way that I'm gonna connect down that side there. So you can see this area is more like somehow active. This looks like a dip. Let me go and see. I remember when we were very young, we used to have these things here. When we were very young, cattle dips. I don't know if it's working. Let me see. This reminds me of my village now. Look at the way this grass is really amazing. We used to have these cattle dips when we were growing up. Before now the invention of the sprays, used to come and so this one is not like functional, because normally the cow could come this way. The cow gets in from here. So this area here, so the cow gets in from here. It goes like this. The more it gets in, the more now there's water somewhere here. From here, this would be like a hole. The cows, okay, let me explain it very well. So normally they used to have a barrier here, so the cow will come and get in from that particular point here. So you're pushing the cow, you're just pushing it from this direction. So it comes like this. When it reaches here, this is supposed to be a big hole. I think they have just filled it by this sand here. So the cow gets inside, then it's pushed, it swims in that, it swims inside here, it swims inside here, then it gets out from here. There are some steps, then it gets out from here, then exits the dip. Call it a dip in our local language. So this one must be now a public land. No, a public land, because such things they are owned by the government. So I came across a dip here. It's funny that these things they're seen like all over. So nowadays, after the invention of the sprays, the one that they use on the back, the small containers. Now the dip now like was washed off. Like the use of this one here was now ended that time, because for this one was used to be operated by the government. Now let's say the chief will walk into the village, tell people that we'll be having we'll be spraying your cows on this particular date, so prepare. And if there's a name there, let me check. It's supposed to be a writing on the name of the dip. They removed the placard. So this one was removed. It's supposed to be here. It's a good a good encounter. So now when they came up with the spray ones, now there's no need of using these ones here, because now someone can buy and use it in his home. So for this one, you have to make sure you are very you are keen with the date of spraying, so that because when they do it on Friday, it will take like another 3 weeks, you know. And if you miss that now, you'll have a tough time. You have to wait for the next round, so that they spray again. So that was the challenge now, the use of this dip here. Now the other one is much easier. When you buy it, you use it at your home. You can use it when you want. Then you observe the cows. When they have ticks, that's when you spray. But this one you'll be spraying. Maybe you can just take the cows when they don't have ticks, because you don't want to miss that chance. There's a church here called Kenya Assemblies of God. Vacant house to let. Vacant house here. Village shenanigans, you know. So you can compare now this with your village in your country and see any similarities and any differences. So any differences, any similarities, and you compare and contrast, you know. It's a booster there, the biggest I've seen here so far. Very nice gate here. You see the strength of the network here. Oh, it's perfect. Now if you live close to this booster, you are sorted, because now, if you can see the bar up here, I think you cannot see it because of the... So there's something that when you want to check on the network of the area, you look at the bar on your phone. So for instance, now Safaricom has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, same place to Airtel. So this booster here, people who are living close to this area, they have a very strong network, because it's full bus, you know. It's full bus. That's how you check it out. Bananas here. There are a lot of churches on this lane here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another church here. There are like 4 churches along this road. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 is 5. Close to 6 churches. It's the booster, guys. Very important. Sorry for that. So I want to wind up on this other end down here. So show around. The sun is really hot. So the sun is hot, melting on my face. So let's still exploring the area, the village here, and showing around, guys, as we try to compare, contrast, and see how well is it. For me, I feel like I can give it out of 10. Let me give it like 8. 1, because I feel like there's proper water supply. There is a good network here. There is organic food. Why I'm giving it 8, because one of the two marks, one will go with the weather. This place, my friend, sometimes is very cold. The other one, the next mark will be for the hills. Here you have to go up and down, but now in terms of the beauty part of the place, is very beautiful. The weather is sometimes challenge, especially when it's during the cold season. It's very cold, by the way. It's freezing here. It gets really cold here, so that's why I'm giving it 8 out of 10. I think this person opted to have rentals than the shops. So now I'm go down there now. Got that beautiful view, guys. Beautiful. Yeah. So in the comment section, tell us how many marks are you giving this area. Are you giving it 10, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1? But you can't give it 1, that would be unfair. I think if you are fair enough, you can give it like 5 and above. So you tell us which how you're rating the place, then you tell us why, in the comment section. But I think most people will do it 10, 8 and above. Just watch the video from the start, look at the areas, how they look like, compare the place, and see how many you can give it. What's happening here? Sorry for that. Sorry for that. So guys, that's what I'm urging you to do. Urging. Here's the village, guys. That's how it is according to you. These are fiber. The fiber cables passing here, so that tells you that this fiber supply of Wi-Fi. Look at this dog here. It was hidden, I can't see. Could you not have seen it? So let me be careful. It's running. For these stray dogs, you need to be very careful. You wait for it to go and disappear. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and for those in diaspora, I just urge you to try and compare and contrast how this village looks like compared to your village. Does it look like a village in USA? Does it look like a village in UK? I really not. I'm talking about a village, because these are purely village, So thank you so much for watching, and let's meet in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And when you're watching the videos, don't forget to watch the ads. Don't skip them. Watch the ads. So thanks so much, and see you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.